You're live. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
Hello,
وبركاته.
Ahmed. How are you doing? Now I can hear you very well. Yeah.
Okay,
Now
we're
I can
live.
hear.
يا أنس خلاص. Okay, we're live.
Now I can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you so much. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. عاملين إيه؟ يا رب تكونوا بخير يا رب. إن شاء الله يعني النهارده عندنا لايف فيديو مهم جدا وجميل جدا
Yeah,
جدا
okay.
جدا
That's
إن شاء الله. أنس الانترنت بتاعك
cool.
عالمي. اوكي كول. فان شاء الله عندنا لايف فيديو مهم جدا جدا. لو سمعنا بس اكتبوا لنا تحت في الكومنتس كده ان انتوا سامعيننا كويس، وبليز بليز بليز شير ذس فيديو، هيكون مفيد جدا جدا جدا. Thank you so much. So قبل ما ابدا كده يعني I'd love to interview everyone. This is Anas, my friend, and this is Mark. Mr. Mark is really good and he's going to be our guest today. So I want to say thank you so much for having you today. شباب like انا هتكلم بالعربي وانس برضه بيتكلم بالعربي، فاحنا we're going to translate what Mr. Mark will say. if you have any question، لو حد عنده سؤال يكتبوا لنا تحت ان شاء الله، وهنحاول نساعدكم كتير جدا 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 جدا. قبل ما ابدا النهارده، قبل ما نعمل اي حاجه، I wanna guys في الكومنت section you wanna like I wanna you to say thank you so much for Mr. Mark. قولوا له thank you so much لان هو يعني حد محترم جدا وجاي يساعد، فقولوا له في الكومنتس تحت thank you so much for this. we share الفيديو like انا عايزكم ان انتوا بس تشير الفيديو علشان نساعد الناس على قد ما نقدر. Okay, first thing first, I'm going to let Mr. Mark to introduce himself. So please, Mr. Mark, can you introduce yourself for people?
Sure. My name is Mark Bradford. I lived in Egypt 4 years from 2010 through 2014. I was there during the revolution. I worked at Mustashfa Salam at Dali in Mahdi, the hospital there. I love Egypt. Egypt's my favorite place on earth. I love Egyptians and I love helping. I did teach some English there, but my main job was in hospitals in quality management. I'm very happy to be here, and I will help anyone that I can.
Okay. Thank you so much. Anas, can you hear me? Anas, can you hear me? That's really cool. So, Mr. Mark, so you were here in Egypt, like I think that in the past 6 years. And that you have left
Yes.
Egypt like after the revolution, right?
Yes.
Okay, so هو مستر مارك كان هنا موجود، كان هنا في القاهرة يعني، وهو كان يعني مش من القاهرة بعد الثورة بقى وبعد الحاجات اللي حصلت ديت. فجايز أي حد عنده أي question قوله لنا وأنا إن شاء الله مستر مارك هيرد عليه. So Mr. Mark, let me ask you the first question and the very important question, which is what do you think about the accent, which is American accent, British accent? Do you think that accent is very important or not? Before answer that, I need to translate this question for people to be like in the same line, okay?
Yes, I think accent is important, but I think the important thing is that you want the accent, that you desire the accent, and whether it's British or American.
Mr. Mark,
yes.
I'd love to translate the question for people in Arabic, like to be in the same line with us, okay?
Okay.
So شباب، هو أول سؤال بس نسأله النهارده لمستر مارك، يعني تتخيل الأكسنت دي حاجة مهمة ولا مش مهمة؟ لازم نذاكر أكسنت، American accent لازم نذاكرها، British accent لازم نذاكرها. السؤال ده الناس كله بتسأل عليه. فبليز بليز بليز السؤال ده مهم جدا. اسمعوا كويس، ابتدوا ان انتوا تكتبوا اي كومنت قبل ما مستر مارك يرد علينا. فبليز حاولوا ان انتوا تعملوا شيرنج للفيديوز عشان الناس تروح. Mr. Mark, that you can tell us the answer now.
Okay, so yes, accent is important. The first important thing in anything you do in your life is the decision that you want to accomplish something. So and people ask me what's better, British or American. Either are fine. To me, the American accent is more international, but the British accent is perfectly fine also.
I'm sorry. So you say that American accent is more common and it's more important.
Yes.
Okay. So يعني الأمريكان accent دلوقتي أهم. You say that which is very common than British one, right?
It's more common, yes. But both are fine. There's nothing wrong with the British accent, and it's quite charming.
Good. So the first thing you say American is more common. الأمريكان accent أهم بكتير لأن هي منتشرة جدا. طيب. Why I have to study accent? Why I have to study accent? Why I need to understand this? ليه لازم نعرف الاكسنت؟ ليه لازم نذاكر الاكسنت اصلا؟ شباب اي حد عنده سؤال بليز اكتبوا لنا في الكومنتس تحت ان شاء الله هنحاول نرد عليكم. So please, Mr. Mark, could you please tell me why we need to study the accent?
Yes, I can give you the example through Arabic, because if you only say RO7 or RO the word for spirit in Arabic, if you say ro, it doesn't sound to the native speaker like roh. So it depends on your audience. You want to pick up that special sound that makes you sound like you know what you're talking about in the language you desire.
Thank you so much. So you're talking about the letter R in Arabic, right?
Yes.
You're talking about the letter R in Arabic.
R-O-7, the spirit. Ruh.
Okay. Ruh.
Yes. You
Soul.
don't want to say ro. You want to say ruh. Yes. So the accent is important to get the message across.
Thank you so much. So you're talking that the accent is so much important because that I need to understand what is the message that like in the other turn is trying or maybe are trying to deliver to me, right?
Yeah. So if I'm talking to an Egyptian and they're saying next instead of next, it makes a difference in how I praise their ability to communicate with me.
Right. So okay, give me a second. That okay. So number one, you're talking about like if we need to say the word ruh.
Yes.
And I don't know what is the right pronunciation or maybe the right sound, which is ha in Arabic, that I cannot deliver. مش هعرف أوصل المفهوم بتاعي. Okay. This is the first thing. The second thing, you were talking. I'm sorry, Mr. Mark, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm back.
Hey, okay, thank you so much. You're talking about the word ruh. I need to understand what is the sound to deliver this, right? So the first thing you say is it important? I'm sorry, come on.
Yes, and the example in English for that is most Egyptians pronounce the word next as next instead of next.
Next.
So it makes a difference in the delivery of your message and your communication.
Okay. Thank you so much. So the first thing that there is a difference between the word next and next. We don't say next, we say next.
You say next. Yeah, you say next, but the correct pronunciation is next.
Next, which is next, not next.
Yes.
Hell. Okay.
Right.
Another question. How can we pronounce the letter A? Which is, can we say it as A, the letter A, or A?
You can say or A. Or A.
But I do believe that is a sound. الصوت اللي هو ده sound. طب الحرف ذات نفسه, the alphabet in the letter. الحرف اسمه ايه? The letter is letter A.
Yes, letter A. Yes.
Right. طيب هنا في سؤال مهم جدا الا وهو ايه الفرق بين البرونسيشن والاكسنت. طيب Mr. Mark, what do you think? Is there any difference between pronunciation and accent?
Definitely, your accent affects your pronunciation. Such as in Arabic, you don't have the letter P, and like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. You have Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
I love this.
So definitely, your unique language has special things that will translate over as a different sound in a foreign language.
Okay, so you're talking about the pronunciation, like which is the past sound. But it's not the accent. This is not the accent. So اول حاجه بس البرونسيشن اللي هو النطق ذات نفسه, اللي هي مخارج الحروف ذات نفسها اللي احنا بنقوله بالعربي, which is the past sound, the th, ده البرونسيشن. طب okay, which is very very important to understand what is the pronunciation. طب what is the accent? ايه هو الاكسنت? I need to understand ايه الاكسنت. يعني what is the meaning of accent? This is the first question. اول حاجه يعني ايه accent? Number two, which accent I have to study, American or British? From your perspective. This is your perspective, right? So what is the meaning of accent? Accent, يعني accent أصلاً. Number two, which accent I love or maybe I have to study, American one or British one?
You're asking me which one to study?
Yes, I'm asking you what is the meaning of accent? Any accent? What is the meaning of accent?
So the meaning of accent is the guttural pronunciation of a specific sound related to a specific ways of communication or a language. So it's a guttural or a percussion sound of a spoken language.
Okay, what do you think? Which accent that I have to study, American or British?
I think the one that you want. It depends on what career you're looking for, what your goal is, what your teaching goal, what your career goal. Whichever one resonates most with that type of career. So if you're going to teach English to students who are going to study in England, you'd want to have the British accent. Yes, if you're going to if you're going to teach to Americans or to an international audience that is more familiar with the American accent, you'd want to use the American accent.
Okay, so you think it depends on the career, or it depends on,
Yeah,
you have to
definitely.
understand or define your goal, right?
Ahmed, I
Yeah,
have
so
a question
what
here,
is your
please.
goal of learning English? What is your goal? And then
Hello.
decide on the accent based on what would best suit the goal of your career or your whatever your reason for learning is.
Hello. So let me translate this for people. So شباب هو Mr.
Ahmed, I have a
Mark now.
question here, please. I have a question here.
Okay,
I
Anas,
have a
before your
question here.
question انا هجاوب بس على هجاوب بس على الانسر. ام سوري يا انس، هجاوب بس على الاجابه بعد كده هرد عليك. اوكي. سو شباب احنا كنا بنتكلم على ايه الفرق بين الامريكان والبريتش واني واحد احسن. فكان مستر مارك بيقول it depends، هو على حسب انت عايز ايه. يعني انت عايز مثلا تشتغل ايه، انجلش تيتشر مثلا، شوف اي حاجه انت عايزها براحتك. طب انت مثلا عايز تشتغل في كارير معين which is ان انت عايز تخش في موضوع اكاديميك قوي، فاعرف ايه الجول بتاعك، اعرف ايه هو الكارير بتاعك، ايه الحاجه اللي انت عايز تعملها، وبعد كده ask right. Anas, I don't know what is Mr. Mark, but you can go.
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Sure.
I have a question.
I couldn't see you, but I can hear you.
I want to ask about something. I want to ask about something, Ahmed Hassan here, please.
Something ايه هو
a lot of people say that.
Yeah, Anas. Like, where is
Yes.
Mr. Mark?
I don't know. I came and he left. Look.
Yeah, he came again.
That's cool. I want to ask about something which is very important, which is the dialect and the accent. A lot of people in Egypt here say that like you cannot speak American 100%. Like you are trying to be closer to the Americans or to the British people. So is it a fact like we cannot be like speaking accents or speaking American 100%, or just are trying to be closer to them? And if we can speak American accent or British accent very well, so how can we master it? How can we like improve our accent and work on it?
إن شاء الله
Very
إن شاء الله
hard.
يا أنس. Yes.
How can we improve our accent?
So Anas, your question is how could we improve our accent, right?
Okay, so I think there are many ways.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there are many ways to improve your accent, but the main way is listening, like to national, international news with whichever accent you want, whether it's BBC or it's CNN or whatever you can listen to. But also listen to famous speeches and poems and stories that are read. You can find a lot on YouTube, and then you try to mimic that and keep trying to mimic it. And a good way to bring it home to you or to make you understand it is that the Egyptian accent is unique to Arabic. So when I speak Arabic in say in Abu Dhabi, they're saying, "Oh, you're speaking the Egyptian accent." So you do, by mimicking, pick up the traits of that specific accent. So there are certain Arabic words that only Egyptians say that way. They say, "Oh, you're speaking Egyptian, or you're speaking Lebanese, or you're speaking Syrian, or you're speaking Haliji." So there, you can mimic an accent and pick it up if you want to.
But this is a very good idea.
Anas,
like
could
I
you
want to
please
talk about
translate the
something
answer
else, which
itself?
is
Anas, can you translate so people need to understand?
questions. Yeah, okay. مستر مارك بيتكلم ان الاكسنت سهل ان انت يعني ممكن تعلمها او تطورها بسهوله جدا، تخيل انك مثلا تسمع كتير جدا لحاجات عالميه زي مثلا اخبار من CNN. لو انت مثلا
CNN, maybe American videos.
Yeah.
تعلم American accent.
Or BBC, the British
BBC.
network.
Yeah. Movies. What do you think about movies?
BBC, the British, and the CNN. بس اهم حاجه مستر قالها ان انت to mimic what you listen، انك تقلد الحاجه اللي انت بتسمعها كويس جدا
ان شاء الله على الانترنت
عشان
انت عايز بس تقول ان هو to mimic لازم ان انت تسمع وتقلد بنفس الطريقه اللي بيتكلم بيها، صح؟ Very very good internet. طيب أنس هنا عندنا الكويشن ده. Could you please ask this question to Mr. Mark? بالظبط. أنس, could you please ask this question to Mr. Mark? Which is, Mr. Mark, how can I speak fast? Or is it important also to speak fast?
Well, I think that the goal should be speaking clearly and not just necessarily speaking fast. What you're asking me is, how can I speak in a way that brings the communication off quickly, plus in a way that I can understand it. So once again, by repetition and by finding someone that you like the cadence or the beat of their speaking, and then try to mimic it from there.
Mm-hmm. So, like, what are you talking about? Is it important to communicate? Have a good English, not a fast English. It's like a language.
Yes, your goal should be
a tool to
speaking
communicate
clearly and enunciating clearly, and then pick up the cadence or the speed based on someone that you admire that speaks.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to translate the answer. So شباب, هو Mr. Merck is talking and is saying that مش مهم نتكلم بسرعة. يعني أنا مش من الناس اللي برشح خالص. أنا أقفل عليك أنس. يا أنس. يا شباب, مستر ميرك هو بيقول بس مش مهم ان احنا نتكلم بسرعه, مهم بس ان احنا نتكلم صح, نتكلم كويس, مش مهم خالص ان انت بقى تبقى تتكلم بسرعه والكلام زي كده. في حد وابتدي ان انت تتكلم معاه. يا انس.
Okay, a lot of people confuse me. Yes, I'm here. I am here.
Yeah, I love you and I love your interest. اقسم بالله.
Okay, حبيب قلبي.
طيب.
A lot of people
الكويستشن بالعربي الاول, بعد كده say it in English.
ماشي يا جماعه, في ناس كتير جدا فاكره ان الفلونسي معناه انك تتكلم بسرعه او تتكلم بسرعه. Does fluency means to speak fast? Like, does fluency mean to speak fast? Is it correct?
Assalamu alaikum. How are you guys?
Hi, Yusuf.
How are you doing?
I thought of joining you guys since like internet is not quite well today, so I thought of joining you guys, being part of this kind of call. How are you guys?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Great.
Yeah, we're good.
Mr. Mikhail?
Hi guys. I'm so really happy. I'm really happy to be part of this call, and I want to deliver like my wishes for the health. I heard yesterday that you had a problem and you went to the hospital, Mr. Mark, and I'm really sorry to hear that. And I wish you are now better.
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing fine. I got a good report.
Amazing, and I am really glad to hear that. And I want to say hi to everybody who's watching us right now. So hi everybody, I'm abroad now. I'm with you guys, and we have this kind of an amazing discussion, an amazing talk about the accent. And I wanted to ask myself a question. Since you said that you lived 4 years in Egypt,
yes.
I wanted to ask, which culture do you prefer, the American one or the Egyptian one?
That's so easy for me. I love.
Yusuf, could you please translate this in Arabic #1 to people to be in the same line?
I'm sorry again, Mr. Mark. اللي انا كنت بقوله بساله لمستر مارك, هو قال ان هو عاش 4 سنين في مصر هنا, فانا كان سؤالي ليه ايه الكالتشر اللي انت حبيتها اكتر, الامريكان كالتشر اللي هو عاش فيها, اللي هو مولود فيها اكيد,
حضاره او
الحضاره.
ايه الفرق بين الثقافات هنا وهناك؟
الحضاره المصريه والثقافه بتاعتنا والحياه بتاعتنا كلها, ولا الامريكانز؟
the way people live,
الطريقه اللي الناس عايشه بيها في مصر, ولا الطريقه اللي الناس عايشه بيها في امريكا.
Exactly.
Again the question was, which one do you prefer? So could you please answer me this?
Okay, sure. Well, the first thing I want to say is that in general, I learned to love Egyptians before I went to Egypt. I was working in Abu Dhabi, and I found that who are these people that I like so much? Who are they? I found that they were Egyptians. So when I had the chance to work there and move there, I was so excited. And what I love about Egyptians is that you have a spirit about you, that you're going to have fun and laugh, and regardless of the situation, you're going to find a way to make people feel comfortable and welcomed. But my favorite cultures were in Upper Egypt, in Saidi. I love Saidi. I love Sfayoum and Minia